Hello and welcome to Mark of War Cast Volume 2. And today we have a very exciting interview. Today we have the Spanish King and the Captain General. Uh, First I would like to, though, introduce my co-hosts, Wave.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And my good pal, Wolf.
Hello, everyone.
And now, camera, if you could turn around, the Captain General of Spain and the King of Spain, Albert and Sam. Woo!
Hello, whoa, whoa.
Woo!
Welcome, boys.
Welcome
Welcome.
up, guys. Welcome up.
Hello,
Oh,
Wilson. And
hello.
hello, Wave and Cornet, if I'm not so wrong saying your name.
It's alright, it's alright. Just call me Wolf.
And welcome up, guys. You finally made it big. You are now on the Mark of War cast. Isn't that crazy? The first general staff up here. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, sounds nice to actually have something interesting to do in Marquee of War.
Exactly.
No, I mean, interesting event. Because
Exactly.
Marquee of War actually lacks something like that.
And first of all, I'd like to thank both of you for being able to give up some time and camera turn around the audience.
We got
There
an
they are,
amazing audience
everyone.
today.
Very
An amazing audience.
Amazing audience. And camera, face around again, because now we're getting on to the juicy stuff, the interview. Now, I've been very excited for this, and I hope the general has been too. Let's get on with the show, though. Wolf, do you have any questions for the King and Captain General?
I actually have quite a few regarding specifically the king, but it would be nice if the Captain General could also answer.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, I have 10 questions in total.
Let's
So
cut that
if
down.
Yep. I'll just focus on I'll focus on the more important ones. So as for my first question, regarding the two new nations that are Russia and the elements being added to MOW, what do you think MOW's future is with these new additions? Do you think those two nations have the potential to become the next superpower, as to say in the community?
To be honest, personally, I would say yes, they do have a lot of potential, but they need to work on many factors to become a superpower. To become a superpower in Marquee of War needs three basic stuff: unity, skill, and numbers. If you don't have those three stuff, you cannot succeed. You said about Marquee of War having a better future. Yes,
What do you think of the future of it with these new nations?
I think it's good if cooperation exists. Like, I'm really happy to see Ottomans reaching out to have events, cooperating alliances, having wars in the future. That's something I'm not gonna spoil. You're going to see much more nicer events coming up from our nations. Right now, we're working on some little project that I'm not gonna tell you yet. Anything you want to add, Sam?
No, that's for the first question. Oh wait, no, not me. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Leave it as
When it comes to which nation of the two may be a superpower, and I don't know about you, but the Ottomans, I mean, have you been in the public game lately? They're everywhere. So I think the Ottomans definitely have the manpower to already be a potential superpower in the future.
Okay. Wolf, more questions?
Yep. Yeah, I have another one. So you two probably have heard of this news, which is that the Marine Imperial recently closed, and this has left quite the stain on the Man of War Navy activity. Do you think that will impact the Spanish Navy, or do you think the Spanish Navy will see a similar fate anytime soon, or do you have any plans for the Armada?
To be honest with you, I have a lot of plans regarding the Navy, but right now it's being shady since the Marquee of All naval community is kinda dead. And let's not hide ourselves behind our fingers. We are having a bit of a crisis with the Navy. People are not finding it attractive, so it's a bit hard to consider opening Navy right now. It's a bit of a risk in Marquee of War. I'm talking regarding spending resources and good merges on a Navy is kinda hard because people do not enjoy Navy that much. because it needs a bit updates and new stuff to be added, so people actually start enjoying it more. We need to actually start introducing it ourselves to other people of the Napoleonic community, and not talking only for Marquis of War, because there's a lot of people that do not know how our navy works. And let me also add that our navy is the most updated in regards of the rest of the communities. Recently, I have been talking with some people introducing our navy tech, but it's kinda it's kinda hard for them to understand or even try it, since there's not enough of navy members or people who like navy in Marquis of War. Personally, I think that Marquis of War navy, after France closing their navy or going on a break, let's say that, can be really hard to recover.
Well said. Well said. Sam,
Yeah.
do you have anything to add on to that?
Nope.
Okay, Wolf, we'll take one more question, and then we will move on to Wave, then me, and maybe, if anyone in the audience would like to ask a question, we will let them on. Okay,
Ooh,
Wolf, one more question. Let's go.
Let me see. Well, my question, if theoretically Spain was to close, or you'd retire, or maybe even leave, what would your future plans be? Would you open a new nation, join an already existing one, or what would you do? Or would you just leave MOW altogether?
To be honest with you, leaving Marquis of War is a complicated matter, basically. What I would do is try to help my friends in Marquis of War, because I ain't gonna hide here that there is a lot of opportunities. If I wanted to raise something myself, I could, because I've done it before. I haven't started Marquis of War as a king, neither a general, neither an officer. So if I wanted to actually start somewhere, I could start it from zero again, like I did before. I would consider Prussia, to be honest, because it's kinda one of my old favorite nations, and I am really a fan of the uniforms and everything. Barkala is doing an amazing job, and if I could maybe help, I would. But right now, I'm not thinking at all to close Spain. We might have our ups and downs, but I'm not gonna discuss it more. Spain is here to stay and here to continue its 3-year and so long legacy.
Well put. Sam, do you have any idea of where you may go if Spain were to close?
If Spain was to close, I would probably step down from the genre altogether. I've had a pretty good career in the genre. I was the British Field Marshal, I've been French General Staff, I'm now the head of the Spanish Army. I've had a pretty decorated career, and at some point, you just get tired, and you need to realize at the end of the day that this is a Lego game, there is grass, and after Spain, I'm probably going to go and touch it.
Wow, betraying Mark of War like that. I'm joking. Wave, do you have any more questions? Would you like to ask
Yes,
them?
I do.
That's
Yes, I do.
amazing. Take a shot then,
Hello,
baby.
Albert. Hello.
Hello.
3 to 4 questions for you. First one up.
Sure.
What's Can you give us an insight on what happened October 12th, or the mass banning?
October
What
12th.
happened there? What happened
October 12th, which year? Spain
there?
has
This
been
year,
for
this
3
year,
years.
this year. The
So
mass
5
banning.
days ago?
Yes, 5 days ago. The mass banning. What happened there?
The mass banning, are we talking about... Oh, yeah, basically I banned some people that were... Some of them were mistakes, one of them was forced by Marquis of War staff.
Mhm.
Lucas was underage,
As
so I
they
had
as they
to
do.
ban him. I unbanned some people, I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
Yes, it's not mass banning, it's only 2 people banned. So that's mostly a coincidence, a mistake, misunderstanding, call it like that.
Mhm.
I only banned realistically 1 person, which was
Ah.
Lai. For reasons I wouldn't really say, but well, fuck it. Basically, I banned him because he was not really doing anything in Spain, and he decided to go to another nation without even informing me. So I do not want someone that was ungrateful to return. in Spain.
I see, I see. And as you know, in the 3 years of Spain, you've had many colonels, many officers not do their job, um, which is kind of disappointing. But hey, that's how it goes. Another question for you. New reports on Spanish uniforms I've seen in your development. Have you had any breakthroughs or any like special ones that you've personally liked?
Okay, so now since that I've mastered the art of uniforms on my 7 years in the genre, basically I've been remaking the final uniforms of Spain. Meanwhile, I've been also remaking hats for Spain because let's not hide ourselves. Spain did not have the perfect hats. Now, with other nation donations and Marquis War donations, we have been working hard to replace everything that we had that wasn't so fit. Working closely with UCAC. And I may add that my favorite developer and friend Redangle has been making the base hats and everything, uniforms as well, in some places. And I'm really thankful for him doing the hard work on mouse stuff. I've been mostly taking easier stuff, mostly mass producing uniforms, like producing one regiment per 30 minutes. That's my record time. That's all mostly. We're planning to remake Spain in the highest that could have as potential. That's all from me.
All right. And has Shashi helped with uniforms at all?
I've been helping with the hats, and also I've been the only one rigging them. So yeah, I've been participating
All right.
in Spanish development.
And two more questions for you, Albert, if we have time. Well,
Let's go for one question. One question.
one more question.
One more
Okay,
question. Hell yeah, dude.
let me get this. What is your opinion on the situation between Prussia and Russia? As there's been multiple reoccurring issues with those two nations.
That's actually a hard one because as a nation leader, I need to hold my neutrality. So let me think. I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna give two answers to this because one as a nation leader and one as a person. So as a nation leader, I need to think and support my allies. So it's kinda a very bad positioning for me to be right now because I would say both sides have fault in this for missing and lacking communication. But I should point out that Russia did in fact do a lot of mistakes with their diplomacy. Me and Barkala have been working with them for a smooth entry in Marquis of War. I gave the temps, Barkala paid for a lot of stuff. So I would say that's a bit towards us, but that's okay. If this is Marquis of War, this doesn't really have to get really personal. That's the only thing that I find wrong. We don't need to get it too far. And yeah, that's all. That's my opinion mostly.
Yeah, true. Because in the end, this is truly just a Lego game. Like it doesn't have to be taken too seriously. So, yeah. Thank you,
In fact-
Albert, for answering my questions.
And there we go. And I would like to ask one question before, if anyone in the audience would like to ask a question themselves. What is it like being, the king and captain general of a nation that's lasted 3 whole years? What is it like?
Well, I think I should let Sassy answer first that. Because he's been here the less than me. So, Sassy, you may go up first.
It definitely feels like I've inherited a responsibility to ensure that Spain performs well and is competitive with the rest of the community. However, I will admit, much like many other nations, we do have our hiccups, we do have our issues, but as long as you have competent people there to solve these problems and to steer Spain in the right direction, I'd say Spain can go on for much longer. So, if I had to say anything about how it feels to be in Spain, it feels more like a sense of duty to leave it better than when I came in.
I respect that. And a very general staff answer there, if I also may add.
So my
Albert?
turn.
Yes.
So to be honest with you, I've been 3 years in Spain. I've started as a brigadier general. I haven't started as king of Spain. I've slowly rose through the ranks. Slowly. It's been 1 year that I have been field marshal and regent of Spain. But to go to that position, it has been, I would say, really difficult because I have to do with a lot of not so good people. Names I shouldn't really mention because it's too long of a list. But I must say this has been the 3 most nicest years of my life, meeting amazing people, making friends like Kylo, Sky, PB, Deadly, Hunter, Boyan, and the list goes on. There's a lot of people on my list that I personally appreciate that are still here today. YOLO as well, my developers, Renangle, and I may add that I also appreciate my friends in other nations, United Kingdom, Prussia, America. I had made a lot of friends, but there's been a lot of issues as well with other nations. Being a nation leader, it is pain because we have to deal with a lot of stuff daily. We have to deal with the entirety of Spain. Being a nation leader doesn't mean you're sitting in a chair and you have to let yourself stuff around the nation. Some people do that in Marquee of War, but it's not really worth it to let others run your own work. Because if you don't really control your men, you cannot really solve your own issues. And you cannot really see a real picture of the situation. So yeah, being a nation leader is good and bad at the same time. And it needs kind of courage to actually take such responsibility.
I respect that. And I would just like to say how much I appreciate you for leading such a key player in Mark of War community. As without Spain, lots of things wouldn't have happened. Lots of good things that wouldn't have happened. I'd like to ask now if the camera could turn around at the audience. Does anyone have any questions they would like to ask the King of Spain? And make sure they're not idiotic. Like, just come up to the drum set, guys. Voja has a question. Amazing, Voja. Amazing. Would you like to come up on the stage? And would you like to ask him the question? Come up on the Roblox
yes.
stage.
Hello.
Oh, that
I'm
works
just-
too. That works too.
I'm just gonna force myself on the Discord stage because someone didn't set up the roles properly.
It's not my
Anyway,
fault. Okay.
Well, I'm not the admin. I have partially a response, partially a question for Albert. You know, because you said Navy is dying and it's gonna be very hard to revive it since France closed. However, ever since that happened, the Ottomans have joined the naval community with 3 whole ships, as well as Russia, which also has the former Frenchmen. They moved from Trident after it closed into the Russian Navy, where they are now trying to set up their own ship. Rallies have also been rising considerably since September across Navy, and there's a new Spanish ship too, as you probably know, the San Francisco, and the
Yeah,
naval
I do.
campaign opened. So things are looking very bright for Navy. My question is, since the Spanish Navy rallies the least out of the naval community, will you help them in any way? Will you maybe put in more work in the management, or maybe even advertise it in the Spanish army, which is the stronger part of Spain, and so on?
Okay, so currently I have been working closely with my Admiralty to provide new assets for the Navy, and I may also say that I have a secret merge coming up, and I'm not talking a merge of 1 ship, 2 ship, but an entire fleet coming up, which you will soon find out.
That's amazing. A little bit of tea there, a little bit on the drop. Thank you, Voja, for asking the question. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed that in the audience. I'd like to thank you all for coming. And I'd also like to thank Sam and Albert for coming on the show. You know, a lot of people may just say, "Ah, you're nothing. I'm not coming. I'm not wasting my time," especially on a Friday, 2 p.m. EST. If you'd like to also come and be the audience, and be involved, other things like that. We did have quite a good turnout today, and I'm very thankful that everyone did come. And hopefully, basically, this will continue. I hope so. I'd like to apologize on bad quality, everything like that. We are fixing things. Obviously, this was also quite late. I apologize to the King and the Captain General for that. And yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you. And welcome to the Mark of War News channel. Today, if you have seen earlier in the video, we did interview the French Captain General and the King, so I hope that you enjoyed that. And let's get on to the news today. First thing on the agenda, the Mark of War Grand Rally for each nation. So France will be having theirs on the 26th of October, that is a Sunday. Russia will be having theirs on the 25th of October, which is on Saturday. Prussia will be having the same day, the 26th of October. And Rio will be having theirs on the 16th of October. Now, Rio is the especially interesting one there, because recently we have been seeing that Rio may be closing if they fail to rally 40. Now, what will be happening is they will become a brigade in Spain. Guys, do we have anything to, say on that?
Yeah, I think merging clients into their respective main nations, as it would be called, is not a very good idea. Because the client leaders could become power hungry, as I've seen in the past years of Mark of War. So I don't think it would turn out great for Spain.
Nate, do you have anything to say on that?
It will be sad if Rio does closes, as I've had an officer position before in an infantry regiment. Unfortunately, it was merged into an artillery regiment, not to blame any higher up or anything, but it will be unfortunate to see it go.
I agree, really. A client state is always a good thing for a nation to have, and it did boost, Spain's rally quite a bit. It was good to see Spain got an influx, of people. Their regiments are drippy as hell, but sadly, if it fails, they'll just be coming to Spain. Let's go on to our next topic. GA. Do you guys think they'll make a comeback? They have their grand rally on the 26th of October, and they're predicted 66 people. Now, that's a lot more than what they were rallying before. Nate, do you have a thing to say on that?
Not necessarily. I'm not very into GA.
What about you, Wave?
Well, I've been a GA general in the past for their cavalry. I think, as a person who's fallen off with their generals and who's had many arguments with their upper leadership, I think that they will be able to make a comeback, as they did have a very bad AA situation with Pivoty. So I think definitely they'll be able to make a comeback.
Yeah, and I agree on that, really. I hope GA, does make that comeback. I hope the Marine Imperial may open in the future, but, GA, the Army's looking better. Navy, not so much. Guys, let's go on to our next little thing here. I'm just gonna interrupt that the Mark of War naval community is starting up again with their campaign. It was going ahead, but sadly, they had found many problems with it, and hopefully it is fixed. As well as some interesting things like Prussia trying to open up their new navy. It should be small, but it should be interesting enough. And as well, Russia getting involved with their navy. I think this is really good for Russia. I think it's good for the navy, and I really hope Navy does, try and become bigger with the Project Mason maybe coming hopefully in this year. It hopefully might bring up Navy in updates after that. And I think that's really good. Going on to Prussia, they're banning DE. Wave, do you have anything to say about that?
Personally, I think Prussia banning D is amazing. I'm a prime hater of GE or DE. Yeah, prime hater of DE. It's not really. It's a terrible stain on Mark of War, and I think it should be gone. So yeah.
Nate, do you have anything to say about D?
I do. I think, same as Wave, it is necessary and only right that specific nations, or all nations in Mark of War, should get rid of DE, as it could mess with people in certain regiments, like schedules, and it could take away time from a regiment and cause low rallies and such.
Yeah, honestly, I think Prussia is making the right decision here, and I hope that it will, boost it. They're also updating their, payouts. They will now be receiving 200 Robux or so for attending their big rallies. What do we think about that? Because personally, I think, this will make people want to duel enlist, but, stopping that, it just rewards their players that are, loyal to Prussia as such. Does anyone else have anything to say about that? Okay, and there we go. And on to the last thing of the agenda, the Russian maps. Now, myself as general staff and Wave, we have a few things on that. Wave, why don't you give them a little hint on what might be coming soon?
Yeah, Borodino, very historic map, very famous. It was a very bloody battle, as all the Napoleonic enjoyers would know. One of the bloodiest, actually. This map looks very cav friendly, and as me as a cav man, been doing it for 3 years, 4. I think it's going to be a great map. Yeah, adds a little bit to Mark of War too.
I agree. And if you have also seen, there will be another siege map hopefully coming, which should be very interesting. I'd like to see, more siege maps after, the veterans, I bet, would side with me on this. Having to deal with the same siege map over and over and over again, Fort McHenry, we have quite a variety, but if you've been playing the game for a while, there's quite a few, but it does get repetitive. And the new one that came with the War of 1812, they were buggy at first, they were sided in some ways, and they fixed it, but I think it just didn't hit well right after that. And yeah, the last and most important thing, cows are coming to Mark of War. Yes, you heard it straight. Cows are coming. Destiny, you are the cow genius. Do you have anything to say on this?
I'm just excited that they're coming to Mark of War, Will Jam.
Thank you, Destiny. Wise words from Destiny there. He's very quiet, he normally sits in that little chair watching us. It's a bit scary, really. And yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope everyone enjoyed. The interview hopefully was pretty fun for everyone to watch. I mean, if you were there in the audience, it was great. Make sure you get our roles so you come for the viewing. It's normally extremely funny. And we also had some very funny bloopers while interviewing the Spanish general staff. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope everyone has a good weekend and good night.